Welcome to Fort Riley, the podcast.
Hello, this is Colleen McGee with the Fort Riley Garrison Public Affairs Office, and I got a chance to sit down with Nicole Sizemore, the director of the Army Substance Abuse Program here at Fort Riley, and we talked a little bit about stress, COVID, and taking care of yourself. Talk to me about the stress of our new normal and forming a new normal.
Well, I guess it's not knowing what that's going to look like.
So what kind of advice do you have for dealing with that anxiety?
I say number one is take care of yourself. And that may look a little different for everybody, reading something pleasant that brings you joy. Make sure you're getting out there and enjoying some of this nice weather. Go for a stroll, play with the dog, or try to eat healthy. Stay on a routine. Structure and routine are so important. Avoid alcohol, that can actually increase some of that anxiety. For those that struggle with alcohol normally or are in recovery, this can be a very dangerous time for them, not having that structure. So I think it's really important for them to have daily goals, start a project, finish the project. That makes you feel good when you accomplish something, and it gives you focus.
So we have folks that rely on some support. Maybe it's an AA group. Maybe it's just really good friends who've walked that road before, and they don't get that support right now. What are some good tools that they have available to them here at Fort Riley?
Well, here at Fort Riley, our Substance Use Disorder Clinical Care, our SUDC program, does do phone meetings with their clients, some of them daily. And I know those that are part of the AA that have sponsors, those sponsors will talk to them over the phone. Some of them will FaceTime. They can actually see each other. So if they can interface with people over the phone where they can actually see each other, I think that's a real positive thing.
As this phased reopening happens, how can we constructively handle that, especially if we're dealing with stress?
You have to prepare your mind. You have to prepare yourself mentally and try to get back to as close as you were before this happened. And that goes back to the routines and the eating schedules, and it's reality. We're going back, and things are going to be different, and you have to remain flexible. That's part of being resilient. Instead of being able to do a class of 40, now we've got to do 4 classes of 10, and that's okay. We're still going to make it happen. It's just that things are going to look a little different now.
Life gets hard for everybody, and if somebody's dealing with things that are bigger than what they're able to handle, what do you tell them?
Oh, definitely seek some professional help. If it's a soldier, they can call the 239 DOCS number, DOCS, which is at Irwin Army Community Hospital, option number 8. Civilians, I would just confide in your medical professional. Just let them know what's going on. A lot of times you can do some self-help like deep breathing, meditation. If these things aren't working and it tends to be getting worse, because some depression is normal, and we all go through that at some stage. But if it just seems a little more than that and doesn't seem to be getting better, definitely reach out for help.
As we get ready for this phased reopening, how do we handle the stress that comes with that?
Everything's about balance. If you overload yourself in one way, you're going to pay for it in another way. If you drink too much, you're going to pay for it. If you eat too much, you're going to pay for it. If you sleep too much, make sure you have balance, that you're giving yourself a break as much as you're pushing yourself to accomplish something.
So what wisdom did you give to your own staff about preparing to come back from teleworking?
So I sent them my tips this morning. I was like, you guys need to start getting up a little earlier. so that you're closer to the normal time that you would have to get up when you have to shower and dress and drive. You got to start making your meals and locate that lunchbox. Where did you put it?
So there you have it. Find that lunchbox, take a deep breath, get your balance, and we'll see you back at work.
Thank you, Colleen, and thank you for listening to the Fort Riley Podcast.